Hi everyone. Oh my gosh, I thought this was not live. You are in for a special surprise. I had no idea. I thought this was a recorded video. So now I'm going to switch up the way I'm going to do this a little bit because honestly, the message I got is so crazy here. This is the oh boy karmic reading for Friday nights. Hi Ashley. I hope I have water here. But I'm going to do an extended on this, and I was actually going to record this and record the extended because this is such a crazy message. One second. But I didn't plan on being here live, but I'm here live now. There you go. So guys, I pulled out the cards totally different than usual, and I was trying to figure out how to set it up so you can see it, but there's really no way that it's going to look right here. So I'm gonna have to tell you and show you, and with the lighting, you know how it is. I wanna mention, if you go to my website, use the code 2020, you get $20.20 off of any reading you wanna book. If you want, hi Cece, if you want one-on-one readings, I ask for you to book them next week. Most of the days are booked off anyways, but sometimes there's loopholes in that system. I don't know how, so book them during the 6th and on for live readings. For recorded readings, I can get started on those right away. Okay, anything else that I have to tell you guys besides thank you so much for all of your likes, your donations I've gotten, and I haven't really got to say thank you, and I really appreciate that. But I really want to get into this because guys, this is crazy. I'm not using this deck yet. I haven't used it for this karmic reading yet. I had gotten a new deck yesterday, the Alchemist deck, and I'm still learning this deck. But I wanted to get deeper than our typical karmic reading. And, you know, I still pulled out the cards, but this time I pulled them out for everyone individually. Sorry, I'm not really going to be showing you guys the cards because this lighting just is something else. So I pulled for the masculine, the karmic, and the divine feminine. And the messages that came out are unbelievable. And I was at first, I'm like, let me see what happens if I do this with these cards. And I even used the Osho Zen. I don't know why I keep on showing the Osho Zen cards, one each for each person. I have the masculine centered in the middle. I have the karmic on the left side and the divine feminine on the right side for me. So I'm just going to get into it, guys. And this is really intense. I'm going to put, these cards should be like this. And this is really intense. I'm going to start with the karmic. And so the first card she got is the card intense. Okay, if I hold it here, you guys can somewhat see it. It's like a burst of energy with someone going through. Interestingly enough, the actual card had mentioned the words enemy and all of this, but what this is talking about is someone really focused, and it's almost like an arrow going towards something. Now, this arrow technically is facing going into the past, so that could really have a reference to this karmic doesn't want to move forward. She's very focused on staying in the past and the past energies. The other thing I want to tell you about this reading is I have characteristics for each one of you, so that might help you decide if this reading is for you. So for the karmic, the first card she got is the blurry-eyed waitress. We've seen this before. She may have been a waitress. She may wear glasses. She may have bad vision. You know, whatever it may mean, if it resonates to you right away, you know, you're like, oh, the blurry-eyed waitress, or maybe you saw a previous video, that's her. We also have the deranged inventor, and I wish you guys could just see this card because it's so freaking crazy. The ladies, I want to say she's holding a bottle of Coke, Coca-Cola, but I don't know what she's holding in that bottle. Her hair, it looks like she got electrocuted. I see a fire in the background. I see a lot of wires and a lot of concoctions there. So the deranged inventor, maybe she is, well, I mean, it makes sense because wait till you see the other cards. So maybe she likes to use her power. However, her power might be a little bit loopy or a little bit off, right? And I wanted some more characteristics for the karmic energy because I just felt like that was not enough. I'm always waiting for the stinky broccoli girl, but she hasn't come back out for a while. So what did come out is a terrible storm and a team of expert scientists. So what that kind of gave me the vibe was, not kind of, like what that did give me the vibe of, I hate saying that because it's true, it's mental issues. And everyone can have mental issues of all different types. But with the terrible storm, I just feel like there's something going on hormonally, to be honest. And it's like this person needs a lot of help and expertise. It could be anything though. It could be any sort of an issue where she needs experts, or he, whoever the karmic is, needs experts to help them deal with this terrible issue going on. Okay. So this is the crazy part for me, at least. I was like, whoa. So I pulled out, you know, the alchemist cards. You can't really see them. Sorry again. I pulled three, well, like 3 came out for the karmic, 2 came out for the masculine, and 2 came out for the divine feminine. Going to tell you in the order they came. The first card the karmic got is the alchemist. So I'm like, wow, you know, I look at alchemy as good and positive. But the beautiful thing about these cards is that they have a dark side to them. So the Alchemist is the creator. The Alchemist book is an amazing book. If you ever want to get that audiobook or read it, it will open your heart in regards to our twin flame journeys that we're on. It really is a twin flame book, even though it doesn't mention that. I want to talk about the shadow sides of the Alchemist because this is the karmic, and I want to focus on that just to like bring it out. I'm going to show the shadow sides of everyone, right? So anyhow, this is when I was like, whoa. The shadow attributes of an alchemist, misuse of the power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. Now, I don't know if you remember, and I don't know exactly what reading it was, but it was recent, where I mentioned for many of you, the karmic in your situation actually comes off as though they are very spiritual, very enlightened, very worthy, very, I don't know, highly, I don't know, valued. I don't know, but it's some sort of scheme to it. It's just, there's some sort of dishonesty. There's some sort of not being authentic. It's not genuine, because this is, you know, what I'm just getting right now is because think about it. If you were genuinely an authentic divine feminine, are you going to stay in an unhappy marriage where you don't want to be there, where you're using someone, where you're not learning to live your best life? No. So I don't know why that message just came in, because maybe people are saying the alchemist is positive. That spiritual practice sentence there too. Anyhow, get this. The next card that came out is the angel. And this is for the karmic energy, okay? So, you know, the light attributes helps those in need with no expectations in return. Oh, okay, great, beautiful. But this goes along with someone kind of playing a role. And I've spoken of this, and I'm not putting someone down. I hope that the karmics are out there being volunteers and doing something positive. The shadow sides of the angel card are acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. So for some of the karmics, and I know because I've heard these stories personally, they can be spiritual workers or people that would even call themselves spiritual guides, which is really interesting, right? Because it's like, if you are spiritually in touch with yourself, I think you would want to reach higher levels where you're actually doing something with your life and not living off of someone, nor living in a situation that you're not authentically happy in, okay? Here, third card that we got for the karmic here is the engineer. Now this one I had to look up because I'm like, you know, what is how is she or he or whatever the engineer? Let me just read it to you first of all. Ability to give creative energy, a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. So right away, I went back to thinking about this deranged inventor who seems to always have, is she a big time volunteer? Interesting. Who seems to always have the answer to the problem. Sorry, you guys are live, so I'm seeing some of the comments, trying not to focus on them. Always has some sort of a solution to the problem, right? That's engineer energy. That is the deranged inventor energy. I wish you could see the cards better, guys. Listen to the shadow part. Reliance on mechanicalistic solutions without regards for emotional consequences. So this person doesn't, it's not really from the heart, it's planned. But get this, because I had to look that card up, because I'm like, I need to know more. What is the engineer have to do with the karmic? But she got the alchemist. That's somewhat of an engineer energy as well. Listen to this. The first word I saw, I even had to look it in the dictionary because I'm like, no. I'm like, isn't there an extra E in there or something? Scammer. Scammer is the first word I saw here. Why would a beautiful card like the engineer have scammer? Now, then I'm like, whoa. And I looked to the beginning. You guys can't even, I'm so sorry. It's engineer, architect, comma, builder, comma, designer, comma, beautiful words, right? Then scammer. So I was just, at that point I was going to start the video, but I wasn't ready and set up with the temporary lighting here. Look for patterns here is what I'm picking up, but the shadow energies manifest as a master manipulator, designing solutions to one's own advantage, regardless of the needs of others. So this is the energy from this beautiful deck coming up for the karmic. And if that sounds just about right, you may be interested in the extended reading I will do after this, which I won't do live. I'll post it after. So I'm going to move over to the divine feminine now. Just because that's the way I did it. Because I'm like, oh, let me see what the divine feminine is. And then I said, let me see, well, we'll get to the masculine energy here. And then I did the masculine in the center, and it was interesting there too. So for the divine feminine, you got these two beautiful cards. The first two cards you got is the King of Pentacles and the Page of, sorry, I just have to remember, the Page of, yeah, because it's playfulness, the Page of Adventure. Sorry, the Page of Pentacles, okay? So beautiful energy here. It's also an energy that tells me with the Page is, you know, you're ready for abundance. You're moving towards your abundance. And with the Page here, it's an energy as like, it's taken some time to get there. But this is about going on a new adventure. This is about being very childlike because you don't know what to expect anymore. The divine feminine are in this energy where they're just feeling great and they're looking for the new adventure here now. Whether it be with someone or without, you don't know. You're just going on this like it's brand new, a brand new adventure. It's a child here, right? And you have no expectations, which is beautiful. For the description of the divine feminine, we got a Polynesian tiki lounge. So for some of you that might have some relevance, maybe you met your person at a club or a lounge. For me, when I think of the Polynesian tiki lounge, I just think of a happy environment where, you know, from what I know, a tiki lounge is kind of like being on a beach, but you're in a club. I'm not 100% sure if that's correct, but it looks like everyone's having a lot of fun here. They're drinking drinks out of coconuts, but they're indoors. So that's really awesome. There's also native carvings in this card. So what else I got for the divine feminine, because I'm like, oh, I want some more clarification, is suddenly a fight broke out. But what I was guided with that is that you're not surrounding yourself with that drama, divine feminine. That's why you're at the tiki lounge having a drink and relaxing, because you're not going to go and get involved in any of that messy business anymore. Now, divine feminine. So for your alchemist cards that you got here, or sorry, archetype cards, alchemist cards, archetype cards, you got the mystic. So that is freaking beautiful. I'm going to read the dark side of this for you as well, though, because there's importance here. Now, This is about reveals an intimate union with the divine. Now, I didn't look up this card. Just the fact that it's the mystic, I feel like it's us, that we're in tune, that we are aware of what's going on the higher energies. Happy New Year's to you too. You know, we do what we do. We're in line. We're in alignment. We're doing the best we can to evolve to even higher levels of mysticism, or whatever you want to call it, that goddess energy. I do have to say this, okay? The dark side of the mystic, and it's interesting that they're talking about the divine here, okay? So it's about an intimate union with the divine, but the dark side is about a delusional repertoire with the divine. So for some, we all have to double look at what we consider a divine, and are we actually reaching that level that we want to be at, or that we perceive as divine, but also, is that really high enough? Are our standards even high enough? That's what I'm being guided to say. Now, I believe most of the people in the divine feminine energy here, you can look at both. You're very powerful, but you can also have some corrections, or also have some adjustments, maybe in your daily routine, to get even more connected, or whatever it may be, okay? Interesting, because the other card you got, they're polar opposites almost, is Destroyer. But this works very well for the divine feminine, and I'll tell you why. Because divine feminines are sacred. And I'm going to get into the actual card here. But what I picked up right away is, of course, if someone messes, and that's the best word I'm going to use, with the divine feminine, they can expect like dire consequences, very bad consequences. And it's not that we ask for that to happen. I'm telling you, it's not that we ask for that to happen. I've had people that have like really hurt me, and you know, I'm not gonna even, I said it to myself, stop calculating what happened to them, because the loss that they incurred around those times had nothing to do with me, but deep in my heart, I knew it had to do with their own karma. And that's what I feel this destroyer energy is. Like, we are very powerful in the highest form and in the darkest form. As above, so below. So the light attributes releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for a new life. Very tower energy. And the shadow attributes intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potentials. And that's something I'm sure that all the divine feminines are aware of. You know, we don't want to destroy anyone's dreams, because, you know, the power of 3, it's going to come back and get us and do whatever it's going to do that we did to others. I'll move on from that, because I think you guys know if that describes you or not, right? Now let's get to the masculine, which is centered here. I'll start off with the description. I couldn't believe it. I was a bit shocked. Let me see which, oh yeah, okay. Guys, we're going to get real here in this video. And when I do the extended, it's going to get even more real. That's why I kind of switched it up here, because I will be using actual tarot cards and questions in the extended for everyone involved in this situation. So for the masculine, he got the snake, and you can't really see it. I'm sorry. I really wish you could, because it says a snake. Like, this is the best part of these cards, okay? A snake with a personality. I just think that's super cute, because no one's perfect, and I'm not like trying to be all smiley and giggly about the masculine, but I'm just like, how better can they say it? Because a lot of you do look at your masculine like he's been snaky, he's done some undermined stuff, he's you know, backstabbed you may consider, or lost some of your trust. But he has a great personality, right? There is still the intention of a very good person underneath all of those layers. And that's something I'm picking up now when I say the layers. You know, we all came from layers of stuff that is just like piled on us. And the one nice thing about a snake is they can actually come out of their skin, right? And have a fresh layer. And with each layer, I feel like it's a bit of a refreshing energy there. But yeah, we have a masculine who has done some shady shit to whoever. Great person though, okay? And I call that actually, it's like a almost like a respected criminal, but not. But like that wording is wrong. It's like a Robin Hood, right? Like he's not perfect. He still hurts people. He still has done shit to people. But he still helps people as well. He still has a good spirit, a good soul. And so that's what I look at. Like, that's how I'm looking at that. And you look at it however you want to. And if you want to put it in a bad way, you're going to get that energy. So you can look at your situation however you want. And if you call your person a narcissist, they're probably a narcissist. I would never call my person that. No matter what, because like what you put out is what you get. So it's up to you guys. Now, also, the masculine got the Six of Cups. Now, I went and read on this card specifically because it's from the Osho Zen and they have a lot of really interesting explanations. And what this card says is the dream. And when I read on it, it actually talks about, it starts off like a fairy tale. It says, so, you know, you're going to meet your soulmate. Everything is going to be perfect and just expect for all of this perfect situation to come. And then it says, I don't think so. That is not the way the world works. So it gets realistic. But what that told me is that this masculine thought love would be easy, that love would just come naturally. You know, maybe when he met the person he's with or she's with, they just thought, this is the one, I'm supposed to be here. It's easy right now. It's going to be good. And maybe even you can relate that to even your situation with your person where they may have put you on a pedestal. And this is what happens. A lot of people, even whether it's a karmic or it's a divine feminine or whatever, a lot of people, when you get in a relationship, they have this image of you and it's not the truth. So when they get to actually know you, and this is something that happened with me personally with the person I was engaged with, he thought I was a freaking angel. And I am, like in my own way. But he really thought I was perfect and I don't know, something I couldn't live up to. And I realized that after that, oh, like he thought I was perfect and he doesn't know the real me. So there's that type of an energy that I'm picking up with that, okay? I'm sorry though, let me get back to the part of the description. I skipped over two really important cards here. And for the other cards that came out for the masculine, we have the returning champion. And I'm sorry, like this is, it can't even get even like, I don't know. I just think it really goes well. So the snaky guy, you know, because even if you're a winner, sometimes you have to do things to be that winner. So we have the snaky guy with the good personality. He's the returning champion. So he's used to being a winner, right? And we have the bus depot near locker 17. So what this shows is a man with his suitcase at the bus stop. Like the bus terminal, not the bus stop, like a terminal to go far. So this person is literally, I feel like, planning to return and planning to be not aggressive, but like the champion. So a winner in this, right? And he may have to be packing his stuff up or she may have to be packing the stuff up. They may have realized and come to this realization that there was no dream love in the situation they were in. It wasn't what they had built. It's like they built a castle on a cloud. And I think I said this yesterday in the reading about the Les Miserables, right? So for the archetypes that came out for the masculine, which was crazy if you ask me, we have the pioneer. And that's amazing, right? Because that's what a lot of the masculines are up to. I feel like the first one that came out was this one though, the networker. So let's start there. The light attributes of a networker enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. The shadow attributes of the networker convey information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood, okay? And you know, for a lot of you, your masculine has been very focused, focused. It really has been what it is, and that's just the easiest way to put it. So for the pioneer, the light attributes passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. And we know these masculines we have in our life, or are these people, the other person, you know, we have in our life, especially if they're the runner, they have these big dreams of creating things that probably haven't been created before, or doing better than anyone else around them, reaching other levels, you know, that no one has reached. The shadow attribute to the pioneer is a compulsive need to keep moving on. Now, isn't that crazy? Because what I picked up from that is the way like the masculines just can't sit still. A lot of them just constantly feel like they have to go to the next step and the next step and the next step. So those are the characteristics. And I am going to pull a few cards, and then I will be closing down and doing the karmic read on Vimeo, and I will post the link below here when that's done, which will be right after this. But I do want to see, and I'm going to also be using multiple decks for that. Interesting. I just want to make sure my cards are all upright. No, they're not. Okay, let me just fix that. I just like to start with all my cards upright, and they can come in reverse if they feel the need to. Okay, going to re-pull there. That was the Justice card that came out, however, in reverse. So let's just pick up. I want to actually use these for both sides, and I'm going to do one for the masculine and the karmic, and one for the masculine and the divine feminine. And the karmic, please. Okay, so, well, okay, I'm going to put that down for now. I love the way that flipped over like that. So for the masculine and the karmic, we have 3 cards that fell out. Guess what? You know, we got the siren here. She's made an appearance, which is great because it just lets us know we're all on the same page here for this conversation. We also have the Ace of Pentacles and the World card. And, you know, the siren, for those of you that know what my interpretation is of the siren, is someone that's kind of on the devil's side, right? And they're kind of doing the dirty work for the devil. We do have this card, literally, I just saw it literally flip around, and this is the Ace of Cups. There's no love there, as it already said for her. There is no love there. She doesn't depend on love. She does what she wants without regard for emotional consequences. And with the World card here, this is about the karmic trying to stop someone from moving forward to get to their abundance. There's a situation here between the two of them where there's no love. There needs to be a new beginning and an ending, and ahead of that would be a beautiful, abundant situation. And it's really interesting because I did an opening video for what I'm going to be doing after on Vimeo. And the cards that came out of the Lovers deck for the karmic were about her hanging on and being like the codependency card. And the cards that came out for the masculine were about releasing. That's it. You're a man-eater. Cool. Okay. So let's see between the masculine and the feminine here. And I'm using the karmic deck because you know what else? And look what came out there. And the King of Cups at the bottom, but we have the Hierophant. Because I want to see what's the karmic, but the karma between us, right? Like between the feminines and the masculine. There's karma there too. And when I call a karmic, it's a scenario, but everyone has karmic lessons they're learning from each other. But when I'm talking about the karmic in these lessons, in these readings, I'm talking about your person being with someone they don't want to be with, right? I'm not saying you don't have karma with your person. You do have karma. You do have lessons. That's why you're not in union right now. But when I do the readings and I'm talking about the karmic and this and that, it's about the person that someone's with that they don't actually want to be with, and they don't leave either, right? Let's pull another card between the divine feminine and the masculine. Let's see what this is. And it did come in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So because it's this deck, that tells me that money is not the issue. Like, money is not what is important in this connection, okay? So that's kind of like a really beautiful combination to get, because normally the Queen of Pentacles comes in the upright for the karmic energy. And we'll just do one more just to see if there's any further message. And it's Temperance. And so for me, the Temperance card always represents, like, you know, I can't say always. It's actually a new energy I've picked up for about a month now. And it's about healing, and it is about a return. So that is really interesting. I'm also going to pull from this deck, and I'm going to do the clarifications on the other side. I didn't get to ask yet. I want to say it out loud, but the 10 of Wands came out. I'm asking about the karmic situation here with the person that you have your mind on. You have the Magician. What else? Wow, we have the Devil and the Sun. But look how the Devil came out. Oh, you can't see. Sorry, guys. Reverse. And the Sun card came out next. So what that tells me is that whether or not there's trickery going on with the Magician, sorry, what says you come into union? Okay, yes, exactly, Angela. Whether there is trickery going on, whatever the Magician is representing, it can be representing someone taking their power back, or trickery being released, like someone who had lost their power now getting it back because now the Devil's in reverse. So they're going to be released from this situation straight up. That's what it's saying here, okay? You have the Magician, the Devil, and the Sun. So that would mean in the future they're heading towards a brighter destination, okay? Okay, let's see. On this side, my rings are coming off. For your person and you. What's the message for the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, please? See what's going on. Interesting. Okay. Okay, guys, so we're really going to need to look into this. And good thing there's a World card on the bottom, because there does need to be an ending. So between the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, I'm going to tell you what came out, the Empress. But guess what? In reverse. And guess what the next card is that came out? The Three of Swords. And guess what the next card that came out is the Five of Swords. So this is what it's telling me straight up off the bat, and it was actually a very quick message. I can't believe I didn't bring a Kleenex. Is there was some mistreatment here in this situation. The feminine wasn't being treated correctly, in the sense, you know, the Empress is in reverse. That's a very sad, hurt energy with the Three of Swords. But luckily the Five of Swords talks about releasing both. So both you and your person, because there does have to be a fresh start. We already know this. We've talked about it for the whole year 2019. And with the World card and the Ace of Swords beneath that, and the Nine of Pentacles, there literally has to be a fresh, like an ending. You have to separate to come together. And that is the message I am getting here so far. So guys, I'm going to close off. I didn't mean to be on here live. I'm going to do another recorded reading now, and I'm going to post it on Vimeo. And I'm going to come back on here in about an hour, probably maybe longer, because I'm not sure how long that video will take. And I'll put the link below if you're interested, and I'll also post it so you guys know when I've done that. And I really thank you all for being here and for your likes. And let me know if you like this new setup and this new way of doing it. If you want to take me up on my offer, the code is 2020. You can take $20.20 for the new year off of any reading you want. You are welcome. Well, welcome, Laura, and thank you, Keeper of the Realms. And there's some beautiful human being on here that is making twin flame songs, and they're freaking beautiful. So I'm hoping to get those in the background soon enough. But yeah, take me up on my offer, any reading you want. I would recommend personally the freestyle reading, because it's a new year. And if you get the freestyle reading and you want something particular, I have no problem. Put it in the notes, even if it says don't ask for extras, because it often does say that. But because it's New Year and you may want me to focus on like what's going to come in for your New Year's instead of whatever the message may be, just let me know, and I have no problem with that. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go and dive into this. I personally think that this is just crazy, and I'm super excited to see what comes up. Okay, bye for now. Thank you.